We knew it was going to be ugly. We knew the Patriots were going to have a hard time pulling out a win in Week 6 going up against a very tough Houston Texans defense. But overall, this was probably the most eye-opening game, in my opinion, the Patriots have had in 6 weeks. Obviously, eating your fifth straight loss, it sucks. It's really hard to digest. But you did get to see Drake Maye. And there's one clear thing that came out of this loss, that Drake Maye is the future of this franchise. But he can't do it alone. When you break down the overall view here of the game, Drake Maye just, number one, needs a better play caller. Number two, he needs a better offensive line. But having Drake Maye really compared here to C.J. Stroud, 243 yards from Drake Maye. 20 for 33, whereas C.J. Stroud, 192 yards, 3 touchdowns. Same as Drake Maye, 3 touchdowns. Obviously, 2 interceptions, but one is very unfortunate. One was a helmet catch type of interception. The only clear-cut Drake Maye's fault interception came in the first quarter, so that is very reasonable for a rookie. But overall, I was actually very pleased with Drake Maye, and that was the only good news that we can get out of this ball game. But for the love of all things, Drake Maye needs help. The rookie was not the problem. The veterans were the problem in this ball game. Let me point out the most important stat here in this entire Sunday afternoon. 9 penalties for 50 yards. And that's, it's okay if that never happens. 12 penalties. 12 penalties the Patriots had last game in the Week 5 loss to the Miami Dolphins. Now they have 9 penalties. You cannot sit here and tell me the Patriots are undisciplined. You cannot disagree with that. The Patriots have 0 discipline if Jerod Mayo is allowing his team to still have 9 penalties after 12 penalties last week. And I will be that fan for a quick moment. The refs sucked. But you can only blame so much. Now, with that being said, I'll talk about Jerod Mayo in just a moment. I just want to give credit where credit's due. Drake Maye. He came in Week 6. He took a lot of big sacks, including 3 from Anderson Jr., all right? Drake Maye is the quarterback for this franchise. And that is what we were really, really hoping for out of the first-round pick in the 2024 draft. Jacoby Brissett, he will not play another game in a Patriots uniform if Drake Maye is healthy. That is a fact. 20 for 33, 243 yards. Once again, one of those interceptions was not his fault. The other one was, but 3 touchdowns. Demario Douglas, Hunter Henry, and Kayshon Boutte. That is more times we've been to the end zone than any other game this season. And I want to point something else out, too. Before anybody out there says Drake Maye is bad, Drake Maye is a problem, Drake Maye should not be the quarterback. Look at what Drake Maye did with this offensive line. All right, Andrew Callahan tweeting out here, the Patriots offensive line around Mike Onwenu, who is your only starting offensive lineman here. Left tackle Zach Thomas, a waiver claim. Left guard Michael Jordan signed futures contracts in January. Michael Jordan left the game later on as City So came in. Center Ben Brown got to New England on Thursday. Drake Maye was taking snaps from a guy that he has known since Thursday. That is longer than some of y'all's relationships, all right? Then you're going to have right tackle DeMontre Jacobs, who was a waiver claim. Drake Maye just had over 240 yards with this offensive line. He needs help. If he had a decent play caller and a pretty decent offensive line, the Patriots wouldn't have lost 5 games straight, all right? And he didn't even have his top running back either. Ramondre Stevenson was ruled out with an ankle injury, so he had Antonio Gibson in the backfield, who I think Gibson's fine, but Gibson's not a starter. And this is absolute shit, by the way. 13 carries for 19 yards, and your longest is 7. Gibson's not a starter. We know that. Once you get Stevenson back, you can get a little bit more in the run game, but that was a big loss, obviously. But I do think that this is what needed to happen, was that Pop Douglas needed to be back involved in the passing game. That he needs to be your wide receiver 1 right now. He really does. 6 receptions for 92 yards. Jacoby Brissett wouldn't even look at Pop Douglas. And if he did ever look at him, it'd be in the fourth quarter and it'd be too late. Pop Douglas needs to be your wide receiver one. He does. There were several drops by Jalen Polk that made me think, all right, maybe you just keep Polk for the go routes. But if you want a first down, you need to keep Demario Douglas in your rotation. And I do think he needs to get several more reps here with Drake Maye this upcoming week in practice. So I want to talk about that. What is your confidence level in Drake Maye? Scale it on 1 to 10. 1, he should never play another down in the NFL. 10, he's going to be the next Tom Brady, all right? Let me know how you guys feel about Drake Maye in the comment section down below. This will be the pinned comment under today's video. But let me go ahead and tell you real quick about our sponsor on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. Let me tell you guys about Game Time. Game Time is the only app I use to get tickets to the big game, the big concert, comedy show, theater. Doesn't matter. I use Game Time. I love the fact that they have all-in pricing, so you know the exact amount you will be paying up front with no surprise fees. I also love that you get a 3D panoramic view from your seat before you have to buy your seats in this app. And with the lowest price guaranteed, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. It just feels like Game Time's constantly looking out for me whenever I'm going to get tickets for an anniversary gift, a sweet treat, maybe my best friend's in town, or maybe just a good game is happening down the road. I know Game Time's going to take care of me. Plus, with Game Time Picks, it makes getting tickets to your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands and thousands of tickets. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? It's game time. The Patriots defense obviously started to struggle a little bit going up against C.J. Stroud. I think their best performance came in the second quarter when they really held Stroud to his lowest in this ball game. But it's one of those very unfortunate instances where you do not know if the defense and the play calling or just the defensive coordinator needs to change, or if the defense is just on the field for so long because the time of possession is getting eaten up by an opponent's offense that you wonder, okay, is the defense just tired? Is the defense just struggling? But not to mention Marcus Jones coming up with a big-time interception in the end zone. This game could have been, a touchdown worse. But I do think that overall, a defense that has been struggling with their identity did handle C.J. Stroud very well. C.J. Stroud and the Texans offense obviously is one of the top in the NFL right now, not even having Nico Collins. I was a little bit disappointed in Christian Gonzalez. He did make some good plays, but from the lockdown standpoint that I have seen so far from him, I was a little bit upset that Stephon Diggs seemed to just really kind of have his way here. 6 receptions for 77 yards. Gonzo has gone 16 for 33 when quarterbacks go against him, and obviously that number did go up because of what happened today. So I believe he had about 8 targets. So obviously Stephon Diggs kind of had his way with the Patriots defense so far in the passing game, but I do think that there were a couple of gaps not filled in the run game as well, the run defense. But overall, you got a couple of hits on Stroud, got a couple of pass deflections. Keon White seemed to be a little bit more aggressive. Got to see Anthony Jennings in the mix. Kyle Duggar being back definitely helped when it comes to the safety room. And let's talk about Marte Mapu. I mean, the man leaves the game. He's questionable to return with a neck injury, comes back in and sacks C.J. Stroud. You love to see it, man. The defensive effort is there. I don't know if I have 100% confidence in the defensive coordinator being DeMarcus Covington, but the defense is struggling just a little bit in terms of their identity. Something's not clicking, and I do agree with Devon Gottschall saying they're playing selfish. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it every single week. So defense still needs some work. This definitely isn't my favorite defense I've seen with the Patriots, but you take the good with the bad. So here is my last question for you guys before I wrap up. Grade the Patriots' performance versus the Houston Texans. I'm going to go a D+. And I feel generous with the plus, but I think Drake Maye was really your only bright spot here. I think that the offense seemed to work better underneath a quarterback like Drake Maye. The defense, could have been a lot worse. I know they gave up 41. It's still a lot, but a lot of those scoring opportunities came already in the red zone from turnovers from the Patriots offense. So They didn't have to work extra hard to get those 41 points. But nonetheless, 41-21 is your final. Drake Maye is your quarterback, and somebody needs to get fired. But in case somebody does get fired, we'll report about it right here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. So if you guys want the latest on your New England Patriots, good, bad, or the ugly, we're here every single day for free. So all you guys have to do is hit that sub button for me.